Someone left a comment that I keep forgetting to talk about. It's an interesting perspective. He says, it's hard to break your goals down into smaller steps when you don't even know what the big goal is. Your guy is lost in trying to find purpose. A to-do list is not going to help. So he said this in response to how I suggested in this video here that a lot of people assume they're lazy, but the reality is their priorities are messed up due to finding dopamine moments in irrelevant things. It's not that you're lazy, you're just not putting the energy into the right things. So, and this is the context of that video, right? So I had suggested a way to rewire the brain to fix the dopamine you receive by completing smaller tasks. Hence why I recommended a to-do list app. I use it daily. It keeps me organized. It keeps reminding me of what I'm forgetting to. Like, talk about this comment here. Like, this came from, I was checking my to-do list. Oh, I forgot to make a video about this. But his argument in this comment is that it doesn't matter what I'm saying, because if you don't have a why, you don't find a process. No purpose, no process. And small steps don't build a purpose because you have to find it before acting, right? That's his argument. Now, I've met people with this type of mentality before. Rather, this might be you. You might actually agree with what he's saying. And something I became to observe about people who are like this as a pattern is that this is usually like an excuse to just do nothing. Like, why would I even do the smallest things? I have no purpose. I have no goal. So why even do anything? And this is what genuinely leads people to make this justification for their inadequacy or their lack of accomplishments. I don't agree with this argument because many people always talk about wanting to find a purpose in life or the why to what they're doing, but they overlook the part that when you do small, diverse tasks, you allow yourself to gather data on what you enjoy or excel at. This is what I was doing in that reference video. If all you do is play video games all day and you excel at that, if you actually even dipped your toe into something else just to see if you're good at it or if it's just natural to you, the smallest task, the smallest step, you might discover your purpose. Finding purpose in life is trial and error. People think you just wake up one day and you get it. Like, some people, they grow up and they automatically know what they want to do. All right. Those people, it happens. Okay. Not everyone gets life the same way. So you gotta stop looking at people. You gotta go forward. You can't look at the people who are driving next to you. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times I thought I wanted to do certain things in my life and I was wrong because I picked up something else and I realized I enjoy this way more. Where I'm at today, I never expected or thought about this. It just happened because I failed so many times at different things, or I also did other things, and now it's starting to come together. And I was like, oh, I'm doing good at this. Something like a to-do list or completing a small and diverse group of tasks is more about exploration, not just execution. The reason why people are lost is because they don't want to explore. And that could be deeply psychological. Some people don't explore because they're afraid of exploring, right? I was like that for a good portion of my life, by the way, for most of my life. Some people, they don't explore also as well because they don't feel they're worth anyone's time or their own time of even trying, right? I've been through that too. So what happens is when you're afraid to explore or just think about execution, if all you think about is just, okay, I'm going to do tasks just to execute stuff. No purpose, execute. Like you become paralyzed or drained. If you're afraid of exploring, it's paralysis. If it's just execution and no exploring, it's mentally draining. That's why I keep emphasizing the word diverse. You might take a small step into something and you might literally have a moment of momentum where you pull yourself out of this slump. And not only that, it will provide you with the mental space to eventually feel like, hey, you know what? I got a larger purpose in life now. I think I kind of know what I want to do. This is giving me joy and happiness. I think this might be something I could really put my heart into. I'm good at it. I'm a natural, or I'm, you know what I'm saying? Also, this is also something I very much disagree with the mentality of this comment, because also, like, sorry, the person who left this comment, or sorry if it seems like I'm picking on you. I like when people leave comments because it can add more to something. And obviously I think the subject is very important in what I'm saying. But another thing I disagree with is saying that this guy is lost. And even if you're right that he has no purpose, right? I think it's very interesting to say this when even a lost person has fundamental necessities. A lost person still has to take care of their health, still has to take care of their finances, and still some of them have social obligations. Just organizing your life, the logistics of living, is what a to-do list does. It organizes the logistics of life. If you don't understand that and you find it difficult to not make your own life collapse while you're trying to experience and learn and grow, right? And you find you don't find a reason to be here, then you're making your life way more difficult than it needs to be for you. Like, that's what happens. A lot of people, they try to find a purpose and the rest of their life collapses because you don't keep it organized. You don't keep the logistics of life organized, which is, you see how we're gonna, it's like I'm going in a loop here. Look, you don't need to do what I do with the whole to-do list app and then that gets updated every few hours, because that's what I do. But you could write things down somewhere that you just need to get something done. Even simple things. It structures you. Anyway, I just want to share my thoughts on this. It takes me forever to get to video topics I have written down. But see, like I said earlier in this video, I wrote this topic down. I think this comment's like a week old at this point. I think like I gotta get back to stuff, but this it gives me structure. It keeps me on my toes. It gives me something to talk about. It keeps me moving on certain things. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, love you all. I'm out.